Hey everybody, how's it going? Got a lot of ground to cover today, so I'm going to try to get some of the stuff done today. I might do two parts today, maybe just half this morning and maybe half later on after I get done doing some other stuff. I want to go over a few things that were about the debate. I was a little kind of surprised that Trump took it so easy on her. Excuse me. I think it didn't play out very well. That he tried the soft approach that everybody wanted. I think he should have stuck to his normal ways and did what he does the best, because she did it to him. She goaded his ass, and he pretty much so fell for it. So I'm just hoping, and I didn't see anything this morning, and I was looking. They were talking about fact checking after the fact and stuff like that, and get call her up on it, and I didn't see not one fact check come up on her. Because I know for a fact, when she claims that her core values didn't change, that all the stuff that she was talking about that she was going to do doesn't match up to her core values. Now, I know for a fact in her core values that she wants to definitely defund and decommission and end ICE. She also wants to defund the police. That is not a lie. Trump was on the money with that. He said it. She did that stuff during the pandemic. And yes, she did. There is an actual link to where she was caught donating money or giving money to people, however she was doing it. I forgot exactly how she was doing it, but money to people that were being arrested during the riots, to give them money. She called January 6th worse than 9/11 on the eve of 9/11, which is a massive insult to us. No, January 6th wasn't that at that level, number one. Number two, Trump was right. He did never turn around and told anybody to go attack the Capitol. He told them, take our country back, protest in peace. She mentioned some cops dying. Do a little homework. Nobody died. No cops died from violence. There was one police officer that died from a heart attack. Another officer died a different way, but the only person that was shot and killed was Babbitt. Babbitt was shot by a police officer inside the building. He should have never pulled his gun out. It wasn't that bad that he had to do that. Now, there's also, they're making this sound like they stormed the Capitol, they ran in. Stop. Because that's not true. Go do your homework. Go look. There's actual video of them being escorted through, going through sections, going here, going there, telling them, okay, listen, you can come in here, check this out. Don't do this, don't do that, don't touch nothing, don't be disrespectful. There was one guy at one of the chambers that was laying on the floor, shot, bleeding. Now, how did he get shot and bleeding? It wasn't from one of the protesters. So, but that's not mentioned. So there's a bunch of crap. Okay, now let's move on. I got notes, so if I kind of look down at my notes, just kind of chill for a little bit, because I'm old. I can't remember everything. Okay. Trump mentioned stuff about the gun confiscation. Now, she has said it on several occasions that she wants to do a mandatory buyback confiscation. Now, that's an oxymoron just in itself, because you can't have a mandatory buyback, nor can you have a mandatory confiscation. So, you're either going to confiscate people's firearms, or you're going to have a buyback, or you're going to make some kind of mandatory thing that they're forced to give it back. But you can't voluntarily mandatory anything or voluntarily confiscate anything. positive and a negative. It doesn't work. Okay? They didn't fact check that. The stuff that he was talking about with the Haitians, as far as they go, now I know some Haitian people, and I'm sure they're appalled by hearing that. But this is stuff that's being brought to him, that he's being told that people are seeing this, that they are eating cats. Now, whether that's true, maybe somebody did. Maybe somebody was that hungry, they're poor, they can't afford food. You know, I don't know. I mean, I know Koreans used to eat dog, so I was told. I never, you know what, and to be honest with you, I never really looked it up. I just took the word for it because people who say it, you know, say it enough, you believe anything, I guess. But, but the other stuff, like Colorado, that's being filmed. You know what I mean? You can't lie. You're watching people kick in doors with illegal firearms and take over apartment complexes and terrorize people and rob them and stuff like that. That's not a lie. That's another truth. And these are all people that are coming into our country illegally because of the weak border of the Biden administration. You know what? I'm going to tell you right out, and this is the God's honest truth. I'm from, I think I said this already, my family came here from Italy. My grandmother and grandfather came here from Italy. They went to Ellis Island. They had a sponsor. They did their sponsorship. They did their deal. They became U.S. citizens, and the game is on. You know what I mean? Grandpa got a job. Grandma was a homemaker. They bought a house. They bought property. They did their farming. They did their chicken raising. They raised their children. They were there for their grandchildren. I was the last of the grandchildren. They passed on, when I was a little bit younger. But that's here nor there. But the fact is, I don't have anything against anybody that wants to come to America and become a U.S. citizen. I really don't. If you want to do it, then you do it the right way. And that's the biggest thing, I think, with everybody here. People keep saying that they hate these people. No, they don't hate the people. The problem is you have individuals that are so desperate and so uneducated that they're being sent through with these coyotes. They're making money off of them. Half of them don't even make it here alive. They're dying. They're coming here on false hopes and stuff because the Biden administration is offering them all this stuff. There's a list. I got it over here. It's like healthcare, housing, food, all kinds of stuff. And none of this we can get. Our own American soldiers are in the streets, homeless, starving. They lost their houses, they lost their jobs, they lost their wives, their children. Everything's fell apart underneath them. What did Uncle Sam do for them? Nothing. They kicked them to the curb. They did the same thing to our soldiers during the Vietnam War. This is not, the right thing to do. Yeah, I understand. We signed a contract. We said we're down for this. So we knew what we were getting into when we signed that piece of paper. But that doesn't mean when you come home that you have to be treated like you're trash. That's just wrong. It's just wrong. I mean, everybody's right, has their right to their opinion. I'm cool with that because that's why we're Americans. Where we could turn around and say, hey, I don't like this. And you'd be like, well, I don't like that. Hey, cool. That's, we have something in common. And that's why America is a great country. But now when you get snakes in the grass, it's hard. It becomes hard because now you start like, okay, I got to watch out for this one because I can't trust this one. But what you got to figure out is, and nobody pays attention to this, is that snake in the grass, which I'm going to call a liberal, okay, counterbalances the other two, the positive and the negative, because they're going to keep them honest. Because when you start hearing stuff like, free Medicare, free housing, blah, 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 this, give them this, give that, give this, and it's all on the government's dime, which means it's all on your shoulders, then both sides of the party normally are like, that's not going to happen. You know, we can't have that happen. But this chick here, let me tell you something. She's good. She's a chameleon. She's really good. I was really, honest and truly shocked that she behaved the way she did. I was really, really, really surprised. I was honestly, and I think Trump was too, I was expecting her to be the giggler. You know, come out, say, you know, her word salads and laugh at all the kinds of stupid crap that she does and says and stuff like that. But it really surprised me that she didn't, and she poised herself really well. So she prepared herself very well, and I will give her that much in that debate. What I wasn't expecting was Trump's soft hand. Now, he did kind of say some stuff. I like to threw a couple little digs and jabs here and there. That was okay. But he was very graceful for most parts. And I liked the part where he turned around when he was talking and she started to interrupt him, and he kind of like said, "Hey, I'm talking." And then looked at her and says, "Does that sound familiar?" I mean, that was a good jab. I thought it was kind of comical. But I really expected more from him. I don't think he prepared himself for what he was really going to get. Like I said, I think he was thinking that he was going to get this marshmallow that was going to fall apart under pressure. Now, here's the thing. I want to know who was talking to her. And is anybody going to want to see that Nova that was in her ear? I saw that earpiece. I thought it was a regular earring at first, and then I remembered that is a Nova. It's a Nova earpiece. Now, whether hers is a duplicate copy, look-alike, and it's not an earpiece, I don't know. But until I can be told other, that is a Nova earpiece. Nova is the name of the company that makes it. It's designed to look like an earring. It's a very high quality earpiece. Okay, I'm not sure if anybody noticed that, but it is what it is. So was she being fed information? Was she being helped along? I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you right now, when she turned around and said she never said about abolishing ICE, lie. Where's the fact checkers on it? When she said that she never said she was gonna defund the police, lie. Where's the fact checkers on it? When she said she never said that she was against banning, that she wasn't gonna do fracking, that she wasn't gonna ban fracking, lie. She most certainly said she was gonna ban fracking. So, I mean, I want to see where the fact checkers are, because that's what they said. They were going to be there to fact check people, and we could fact check them. So we were doing it. I mean, I know I did it because I know what I'm saying, and I saw her say this stuff. And there's a lot of other stuff. She wants to, like, she said she's going to sign a bill for reparations. Okay? I'm sure that thing, I don't even think that came up. You know, she also said that she was the last person in line in the room for, you know, this and this, and she was the deciding factor for that and that, which were both tragic and destructive and the worst plan ever. But yet she's proud of it, you know. So I don't understand this. Now her vice president is even worse than she is. He's a coward. He's a liar. He's saying stuff that he's never done. He's never been to war. His military record is a sham. This is all stuff that's proven. I don't have to be fact-checked because I'm getting it from fact-check. All right? There's guys that he served with that really explained how he said he quit. Okay? And that's just what he did. He quit. But he didn't just quit on his country. He quit on his fellow men. He walked off on them and let someone else do the job. So, Now, he is a liberal, and he's a die-hard liberal. Matter of fact, I think he's more socialist than he is a liberal. But we're not going to get into mud throwing and stuff like that, but because I really don't like that. But it is what it is. Let's stick with facts, okay? There was so many things that I couldn't understand. Like when we talk about the borders, she claims that the borders are secure. They're not. So why all of a sudden are they so... They're so hyped up on getting to the border? I still want to know. Here's a couple of things that I really want to know, and I'm trying to figure this out, and nobody seems to have any answers, and you can't find out any answers because it's so badly hidden by the media and buried so deep that you'll never have the resources to find it. When Trump was in office, they made a contract with these people to build this wall. They were to build so many feet every so often. They got paid X amount of dollars. X amount of material was purchased, and it was there for them to construct. So they went about their business, and they're constructing the wall. Now, there was piles of fencing, piles and piles of fencing, okay? And there was funds still left. Biden's administration took over. The first thing they did was stop the wall building. They took those funds and reappropriated them to something else. Now, I don't understand how they can do that legally, because that money doesn't really belong to them. It's in a contract, which they breached their own contract with these builders. The other thing is the materials that they were selling, which didn't belong to them, because when the contractors got the contract and they purchased the material belonged to them, not the contract, not the government. They buying it to do the wall, or however it is. But that money came out of the government contract. So they're trying to recoup their losses and get the money. I don't understand how that even works. Now, I know for a fact if you did that in a civilian manner, your ass would be in court. You would be sued for breach of contract. So what happened? Why is this okay? Why are they allowed to do what they do? This whole, even with this debate was kind of no live audience. This is the first time in my life I haven't noticed that they had with the exception of maybe, I think, if they're the ones that were during the COVID. But why was she allowed to pick and choose the way the debate is going to happen? It's not fair. You know what I mean? But that's okay. Trump said okay, so they had it. But the problem is they want to do everything they want to do it, and they want to do it their way. And they changed the way things are done in the middle of the game to benefit themselves. So it's a little, complicated and convoluted, and so we need to really start looking at stuff. Is he going to pull people off that are off the fence with this debate? No, I don't think so. But here's the problem. Because Biden took the first debate and Trump won, and he might have lost this one, I don't know, but he thinks he won. I'm kind of on the fence about who actually won. I think I have to go back and look at stuff because I was getting really irritated with it. It was a disaster from the get-go. She bum rushed him. If you notice, in the beginning, she ran right up to him before he was even close to the podium just to get that handshake out. Now, I knew that was going to come to see if he took the handshake, and he did. He was a gentleman. He shook his hand. She introduced, I'm Kamala Harris. He knows who the fuck you are. Just shake his hand, say, how you doing? Pay respects. He pay respects to you. Let's get the debate going. Anyway, so there's more that I want to talk about, but I don't want to sit here and keep blah, 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 going on and on and on. I really wish you guys that are on, I really love you guys. Thank you 40. Awesome. Try to leave some comments so I know who's here and who's talking to me and who's, getting my message and who's following us. And if you're from another country and you're following me, thank you, bravo. Thank you for following me. If you're interested in what's going on in America, that's awesome, because I know some people that are from, Europe and stuff like that, and they're pretty close to, areas that are in trouble, and there's problems over there. Not that far from Russia, close to Poland, right near you, couple of countries over from Ukraine. So I mean, they see what's going on over there. So I'm interested in what's going on over there with them. So if I try to talk to them, I try to figure out what's going on. Unfortunately, I haven't seen them in a while, so I don't know what's going on over that way as far as they go. So anyways, I'm going to go and sit and have some coffee and look at some stuff and go over some of my points that I want to hit on. And I am going to have a part 2 because there's way too much to cover. So give me some time. I'll see you guys later on this afternoon. Peace out. Love you.